Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Highperformr live session. Highperformr helps amplify online presence, fuels lead generation, and accelerates pipeline growth for B2B businesses. Today, I'm joined by one of the founders of Highperformr, Manikandan Venkatesan. But Manny, we'll just say Manny, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. And Karan was having a little technical difficulties, but I think he's here. Here's Karan.
I'm here.
Nice. Now it's a party. So yeah, Manny, thanks a lot again for doing another one of these live sessions. I know you've been busy doing quite a few with Rocket Hub. You have a lifetime deal right now going on there. So, just tell us, first of all, where are you from for people that don't know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. My pleasure in doing this with the Rocket Hub folks, and thanks a lot for the intro, Joe. It's wonderful to see people joining in, and thanks for subscribing to Highperformr as well. And people who are looking to subscribe to us, I think you have got a wonderful deal to steal, right? So that's something that I could guarantee. But from an intro standpoint, um, I'm based out of Chennai, India, and Highperformr was started by Sri and Ramesh in July 2023. And the intention why they kind of wanted to start is that we need to go to their past in terms of what they've been doing prior to starting up Highperformr, right? So they were working with Nasdaq listed company called as Freshworks, and Sri built the CRM product Fresh Sales from ground up. So they both spent quite a good amount of time, close to a decade, at Highperformr, and Ramesh was running his inbound marketing strategy at Highperformr. So he was running the whole of Freshworks inbound marketing at Freshworks. Then they decided to kind of go ahead and start Highperformr. And what made them kind of start is that, hey, at this point in time, if you ask for money from CMO in trying to generate more leads and get more business, then that is something that is not happening, right? People want to go organic. People want to spend as minimal as possible and then try to kind of run the business, try to generate more leads, and then have their pipeline built, right? So that's the intention. And they were thinking what could be the potential space since they are coming from a strong CRM background. They thought starting with social media and starting with Twitter and LinkedIn could be something that could help kind of be an entry point into building a social CRM, right? Where you could actually help people publish content at scale and eventually kind of draw more audiences, and that eventually getting turned into your lead pipeline or generate leads through that, right? So the very first point is allowing people to be more consistent and also to get the right content that needs to be published. That is what they saw as a challenge. That's what kind of intrigued me as well to join Highperformr, right? And this is something that is pretty sure that they are on a mission. And the minute I kind of joined, that's when I think we started slowly kind of shipping a lot of feature sets. And in the last 3 months, we have shown a substantial amount of growth in terms of what we have done from a LinkedIn publishing standpoint. And then wherever we are in terms of trying to help kind of get the content published and have them kind of build their pipeline is something that we are doing. So that's Highperformr in a nutshell.
Highperformr in a nutshell origin story. And I see Shruti has joined us as well. She's part of your team.
Yeah, Shruti is our community manager. She's been the face of Highperformr when it comes to interacting with all our customers and potential customers in and across different channels.
The fun work, but crazy work, right? All these channels, social media channels, outreach. And you must be very busy, Shruti.
Absolutely, Joe. You got me there.
Well, that's
But
great.
we are really happy kind of answering all the questions that
Yeah,
the team has been asking, right? So those are all very valid, and I think Shruti is also very happy and patient in helping them kind of navigate through.
that's great. That's great. Yeah. And especially doing a lifetime deal, you get a lot of more of the early on adapters users. And I'm sure you get a lot of comments. And there have been many questions in a lot of the social media groups out there. So you try to answer as many possible. Hopefully, towards the end of today, we can answer, a lot of those other questions that people
Absolutely.
have. How large is your team besides you, your partner, your founder, Shruti?
Yeah, so we are 11 of us here. All of us are based out of India at the moment. And we are spread across a good amount of people are working out of Chennai. And then there are a few who are working remotely as well.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Do you want to start going through the tool a little bit, show what it can do, and for people
Absolutely.
that are new to, we'll have a mixed bag. Viewing this now and later, most likely you'll have people who are very tech savvy, they know the tool inside and out, and then you'll have my aunt who might watch, and she knows Microsoft Word, and so you might have to simplify things for her.
No, no, absolutely. I think that's the intention of building Highperformr as well. It should kind of cater to multiple different audiences, right? So that's something that we are very keen about. But I'll be more than happy to take it forward from here in quickly giving a walkthrough
Yeah,
of the product.
that'd be great.
And yeah, so I'm pretty new to this Wave video or the Facebook video. I'm just looking to share
Yeah.
my right
Yeah,
screen.
there's
Just
a
give me a
lot of
minute.
very cool features. On the bottom, there'll be a share screen.
Yeah,
There's also, I think, on the right or in your settings, you could change your background. You could be in Hawaii. There's a whole bunch of stuff that me and Karan haven't even figured out on this thing yet, but there's a lot to this platform.
right.
But should be somewhere on the bottom, I think,
Yeah,
for
I
you.
think I've
Share.
got it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And then I could show
yeah.
and stream when you're ready, and it should pop up. There you go.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Right. So Highperformr, the lifetime deal that you are all going to be signing up or you have already signed up is going to be coming up in three different tiers, right? One is going to be pro. If you're an individual, if you're looking to kind of elevate your brand presence, then you're able to go ahead and subscribe to our pro plan. And what you're seeing in front of your screen is going to be more app for a team and an agency plan, right? So where you're able to invite team members from your side. When I mean by invite team members, let's say it could be your collaborators, it could be your co-founders, it could be your design team or content writers. You could kind of go ahead and invite all of them from your side. And the beauty about Highperformr is that unlike our other competitors, you're able to invite a whole lot of village inside Highperformr, which means that we allow you to have unlimited number of users inside Highperformr. And once you've invited them, you have the capability to kind of provide them with different roles and permissions. We cover almost all the lengths and breadths in terms of letting you have them added as a collaborator to being someone who can help generate the content, to someone who can help publish posts at scale. And then you also have the admin role who can manage the whole of the workspace. And then last but not the least, we also have the capability to let people get approvals before the post is going to be published, right? It could be, let's say, if you're a small business and if you have a marketer or a demand gen manager or a social media manager who wants to write thought leadership related posts, or let's say if you're an agency, you want to write for your other clients of yours, and if you want to get the content approved from them before it hits their social media profiles, which could be their Twitter or LinkedIn, then you can actually ask for an approval from them, and that eventually will be published at the scheduled time once they've given the approval. So those are also something that you're able to set it up right from here. And let's take Sushma in this case, who is going to be our content creator come social media manager. So you can define to what particular profiles Sushma should be having access to. That way, she will then be able to have the content published across different social channels. It could be your company LinkedIn profile, it could be your personal LinkedIn profile, it could also be your Twitter, right? So you have the capability to provide people with different access. Of course, it comes with an opt-in and consent from the individuals if it's going to be, let's say, employee advocacy, or if it's going to be multiple people who are kind of planning to publish content from different social profile handles, right? So that kind of comes in handy as part of this access feature that we have, right? So in a nutshell, you are able to kind of manage the whole of your workspace right from this particular team screen that is available inside Hyperformr. I'll take a pause here. I'll see if you have any questions. You can also kind of make use of the live chat as well. Shruti will be kind of able to help
Yeah,
answer as
yeah.
well.
I'll keep an eye on that if anyone has questions. And we're also gonna
Yeah.
have a giveaway for a lifetime deal. So keep asking questions, folks. One question I have right off the bat, because
Yeah.
LinkedIn freaks me out. I love Twitter and Facebook and Pinterest, all the tools, but
Mhm.
LinkedIn. In the past, I've used some of these outreach, these tools there, and it seems very sensitive at times where it tries to bump third-party tools out, suspends your account. Are there any issues there with Highperformr, or any kind of I don't know, preemptive kind of that you prep for this?
Yeah, so no, that's a valid point. That is because we have also seen the likes of, let's say, Tapley or anybody for that matter, they've been kind of penalized or chucked out, like you rightly mentioned. So, what preventive measures we are taking is we are going to be using only LinkedIn's authorized APIs to access all the data, right? We only allow you to go ahead and publish the content using LinkedIn's APIs. That is one thing. Secondly, there are companies who also kind of potentially use Chrome plugins and other sorts, which is something that is also going to be uh, not secured enough in kind of accessing LinkedIn, right? So we don't have plans of kind of getting into that space of building a Chrome plugin as such from our side. So that kind of allows us only to access and use authorized LinkedIn's APIs,
Okay,
right? So
that's
that
good.
way, we ensure that we are going to be having, and we are also partners with LinkedIn in terms of using the authorized APIs, which means that they also kind of keep an audit in terms of what are the events that we are pushing to LinkedIn on behalf of Highperformr, etc. So that's something that's been done as part of their audit, and we kind of comply to all their security
That's good
preventive.
to know. That's great to know. I think, like I said, it was a few years ago when a lot of this started happening. So I think that
Right,
a lot of people were pushing it to the limit back then to see what they could do until they broke it, and then it got broken. And I think some users like myself have said, "Oh, another LinkedIn tool. I don't know. This could be a little risky," but I've heard the great things about Highperformr, and there's other tools in your space now that people seem to be having a good time with, good fun. So thanks for
right. Absolutely.
covering
No
that.
problem. Not a problem.
Uh,
So
J Deep actually says so. The main focus is LinkedIn or all other platforms. It's Twitter X as well, correct?
yeah, Twitter and LinkedIn at the moment, and we'll slowly be expanding that to the likes of Facebook and Instagram as well in the coming quarters. We
Okay,
just want to
Instagram.
nail it for LinkedIn and Twitter at the moment. We are a 11-month-old company, right? You could see, and in the last 3 months, whatever you see is what we've kind of built from a LinkedIn standpoint, be it cross posting or be it uh, getting our AI model kind of streamlined. All these have happened in the last 3 months, which means that we are growing at a scale where nobody could imagine, and we are only 11 of us. You could imagine how much of features we are shipping on a regular basis, and we kind of have Facebook and Instagram in our immediate pipeline, I would
So
say.
so you're gonna try to tackle Meta next, which is a whole nother headache with Zuck.
APIs, yeah, that's right.
That should be fun.
Right.
Let's
So
interpret LinkedIn declined automated tools. What's your strategy to avoid it?
LinkedIn decline automated tools. No, yeah, I think Interpret, that's the place where we kind of provide anything and everything that is possible from a high performer in terms of trying to automate and publish the posts or whatever APIs we are kind of consuming from LinkedIn standpoint, right? So that audit is every now and then happening. We kind of need to provide what are all the APIs we are accessing from LinkedIn to make all these calls from our side. So that way, the automations that we are doing are going to be only from content generation standpoint. From a publishing standpoint, the basic automations that LinkedIn kind of provides as part of their APIs is what we are doing. But from a content standpoint, we have a bunch of automations in terms of trying to help you publish, let's say, or get 30 days of post ideas generated in like 30 minutes. That is where the automation comes in from our side.
Okay. Did you want to go through the tool anymore, or
Yeah.
you want to keep it? It's up to you. We can.
I mean, yeah, I think the questions would be pouring in. I'll probably take like 15 minutes to kind of quickly give an overview, and then we can probably get to
Yeah,
the
we'll
Q&A.
continue with the questions after you.
Yeah.
Get through this stuff.
Right. So we have also brought in a Kanban view, right, which gives a bird's eye 360-degree view of all the content that are going to be available in front of you, right? So as I mentioned earlier, our aim here is to help kind of publish at scale, where people should always be having content, right content in front of them to have that published. It could be 30 days of worth of content that's going to be available, and that you can generate in like 30 minutes. That's the kind of goal that we want to achieve. That is where we are moving towards. And this view gives you a clear indication in terms of, hey, what are all the ideas that are available. I have a bunch of ideas that is already available. I can pick and choose from one of them. And what are all the ones that are available in my draft? Let's say I have some that is available in my draft, which I can kind of then go ahead and use it. And where do we get these drafts from? That is where a social AI co-pilot kind of comes into play, right? And you could see here in terms of, we are also bringing in templates. People have been asking for templates in terms of, hey, can I use some pre-existing templates? Let's say I'm a founder or a startup and I want to share some startup stories, or from a personal branding standpoint, I kind of want to talk about something. You also have multiple other capabilities and options in terms of, hey, I want to hire for my startup, or I want to do startup marketing. I want to talk about that, a product development updates, etc. Right? So you can kind of pick and choose from these templates. This is something that we are kind of currently building that should be available pretty soon. We hear you a lot in terms of helping you with more content in front of you, with more templates, etc. So this is something that we are kind of working. Let's say if you click on we are hiring, then it kind of asks you for 5 to 10 leading questions, which you could kind of fill in. That will allow you to then go ahead and create a tailor-made we are hiring kind of a post that can be published in Twitter or LinkedIn from your side, right? So what's the job title that you are looking to hire for? What specific skills and qualifications are you looking for? What main responsibilities? So these 10 questions will then determine what kind of post needs to be published from your side. What is it you're exactly looking for? And you can create a bunch of ideas as well. You can create 5 or 10. Tomorrow we'll probably be allowing you to generate 10 ideas, right? So you can choose between whether it should be a medium post or a long form post, etc. So that eventually will allow you to generate more ideas in a span of minutes, right? As compared to you kind of getting ideas from different places. So this is one way, right? The other way is you already have the capability to provide inputs or notes from your side. It could be a blog note as well. Let's say if I go to this particular blog, this is something that is not publicly accessible. Let's say I go to Medium, I have subscribed for Medium. I want that particular content to be generated as a post idea. And what do? I can simply copy the content, or I can provide that as an input right over here. It's a product, talk about product marketing, right? And I want to highlight about customer testimonials, and I want to talk about pitch decks, competitor analysis. You kind of will be able to provide some snippets, and we help you generate post ideas for you, right? And this is going to be super specific to the individual social profiles that you're going to be choosing as well. And last but not the least, you also have the capability to upload blog URLs from here. Let's say I want to generate post ideas from this particular blog. I can copy the blog URL. I simply give that as an input, and I click on kind of continue. Then it will try to analyze the blog. It will then help provide with different topics that I could talk about from the particular blog. And then it will also have subsequent subtopics that I can choose from. Let's say in this case, I want to talk about top AI content types, right? And if I click on continue, it will then subsequently analyze the input, and it will give me with other different options. You might ask me, hey, what's the difference between the likes of GPT and Highperformr, or let's say Gemini or whatever model that is available as compared to Highperformr? What Highperformr does is it allows you to set up your AI settings for the model to then understand hey, what type of content should we go ahead and generate for this particular person? You probably would have trained that model in GPT. You will have to give multiple prompts from your side. I am specifically looking for XYZ, and I am a kind of person who writes in this particular tone or style, etc. So you define your bio over here. You define who you are, what's your function. You define what are all the topics that you frequently talk about, right? The topics of interest. And you also define who are going to be a target audience. That way, you will attract a lot of people who are going to be catering to this particular target audience, and the ideas and content is going to be generated based on these parameters that you're going to be providing. And you can also define your writing style, your tonality, etc. And we also heard a lot of feedback from our customers, the Rocket Hub customers specifically, that hey, we've been getting some really good latest news and latest Twitter posts, Twitter trends, right? That were very handy for you to kind of go ahead and publish. We hear that. That's the reason why we are also, as a special case, what we are doing is we are going to be enabling that as well as the social AI copilot, whatever you have. That way, we'll also keep generating automatic news trends and X trends from our side. And we also provide you with the capability to make use of our social AI copilot to then kind of generate post ideas, which are very specific to a blog or very specific to a particular topic, which you can then kind of use it from your side to publish at scale. Right. So that is something that we are doing.
This was something. Sorry, Manny. This was something that was brought up. I believe. Are you talking about Chris Tsunami?
Yes.
He brought up that about the when you launched, they had the trending news and the Twitter topics, but then it got swapped out. So you're bringing it back. You're bringing it back in.
We are bringing it back only for the Rocket Hub folks, just to be clear, because we kind of value all our customers. The reason why we moved away from that approach is to it was not kind of used much by our other B2B customers as well, and they were looking for very curated, very super relevant kind of posts that are relevant to their blogs and kind of topics that they were talking about. But then we kind of heard this feedback as well, so we thought, why not probably bring that back? We had to kind of make a lot of code changes because we moved away from that, but we hear that and we kind of honor that. And
it'll only be for 1 year. It can't be extended? It can't continue? No, or
we never mentioned that it's going to be for 1 year. It's going to be for lifetime.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said for 1 year. Okay, gotcha.
No. It's going to be specific for the Rocket Hub lifetime users is what I mentioned.
Oh, that's it. What about regular subscribers? Are you going to have that as an add-on subscriptions?
We might be having that as an add-on. But for Rocket Hub subscribers, that is going to be available natively.
Oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, because I know there were a lot of questions about that, so that's great news.
Yeah.
Great news for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be doing that. And for people
I know it's tricky to when you get all this advice and feedback from users, especially Rocket Hub users and other LTD folks. They'll ask you for everything. I want this, I want that. But some of these cases are good. And Chris, as you know, he's an expert. He's very good with automation tools. A lot of people go to him for advice. I want to get him on a live session eventually, hopefully using Highperformr. He could display some of his use cases for the tool. But someone like him that actually uses the tool and doesn't put it on the shelf, it's great listening to folks like that. If you can, definitely, you're running a business, I understand. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, I got to make sure to ask that question. So thanks.
No, yeah, that's absolutely. Great. Thanks. No, yeah. So we'll also have to kind of, as I mentioned earlier, we consciously kind of moved away from that particular approach. But then we kind of realized and saw that it was super valuable for users like Krish and others, right?
Yeah.
So we then kind of took that decision in terms of opening it up for the Rocket Hub folks to begin with, right? And we also are providing the capability for them to get ideas generated automatically, as well as get ideas generated using our social AI copilot as well. So it's going to be double double joy for them. I would put it that way.
That's great.
Right. So
yeah.
Right. So, and one learning from my previous call is also that people have been wanting to see the output of, let's say, a blog post URL that I have kind of provided as an input. So I thought I'll probably just go ahead and kind of quickly demonstrate. Let's say I also want to talk about or highlight social media posts, right? So if I want to highlight about product descriptions, so as part of the input, I can provide all these over here, include product inputs. And then I choose a long form post to be generated, right? Then if I click on continue, it will then keep my AI settings that I've updated over here, the writing style, tonality, the topics that I'm going to be talking about, etc. And also it will honor the feedback input that I've provided over here, and then it will help me generate posts that I can then kind of go ahead and use it to have that published. Just giving it a few more seconds for the model to help generate the post. In the meantime, I'll also probably just make it clear in the ad that we are not restricting ourselves to chat GPT 4.0. We are using multiple models from our side. In fact, we are early adopters and we are a partner to Grok. So we have got early access to Grok in terms of using their APIs from an efficiency standpoint and scalability standpoint. We are also using ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama 2, etc. So that way, we'll ensure that we are able to provide the right content for you, relevant content for you to be published at scale from your side. Right. So this is taking a few more seconds. It is my staging environment. So you could kind of imagine. But in the meantime, what I'd also kind of talk about is again, we are bringing in different templates as well, right? This section is going to be filled with multiple different blocks that includes, let's say, some of your best LinkedIn posts or some of the influencers' best LinkedIn posts. Let's say if you're following an influencer in your SaaS space or in your particular space, then you're able to kind of get post ideas from their existing posts that have done really well, right? So we are kind of trying to bring more blocks over here, which will only allow you to generate more posts on a daily basis that can then be scheduled and published. Okay, this is kind of taking some time. Oh, it was just about to create and I refreshed. Let's just see the publishing dashboard. Yeah, so 11 seconds back, this has been generated by our AI model. So you could see here that it is talking about landing pages, it's talking about A/B testing, and then it is talking about ebooks. It is also having the figures that have been talked about or mentioned in the blog post. So it kind of gives you a very good kind of post which you can then make use of it from your side. You can then further use our model as well in terms of trying to make it more crisp or trying to make it more kind of punchy. You can add additional prompts as well from your side. Let's say reduce the content by, let's say, 30% and add relevant emojis and bullets, right? So if this is what I kind of want to give as an input from my side, a custom input, then that is something that the model will honor, and then it will try to kind of then give me. Yeah, you are able to see here it has auto bolded some of the details as well that will have to go inside LinkedIn. That way you are able to kind of have a final output that you can simply go ahead and schedule it from your side. And over
Nice.
here is the place where you are able to mention people. Let's say you want to collaborate with somebody from a design perspective where you want to upload an image or a PDF or a carousel, etc. You're able to kind of go ahead and do that. Hey, can you check the content and add relevant images, right? So you are able to kind of have everything available in a single tool instead of juggling between multiple tools. If it was Chat GPT, you have to copy the content, you need to put it in a document, share that across over an email or Slack with people, and then you ask them for an approval or ask them for an image to be uploaded. All this can happen right within the single tool where you can add approvers as well over here. And let's say I want to schedule this for next week, Monday at 11:45 a.m. I can go ahead and kind of schedule it, and I've already sent it across for approval. And the minute I get an approval, it is going to be published at 11:45 that I have scheduled it for. And if I'm not going to be getting any approval from that particular person, or if I'm receiving a rejection, then the post is not going to be published in LinkedIn. It is going to be available as part of the failed post section that you are able to see from the dashboard. Right, so it's going to be that kind of simple and easy for you to operate.
This
I'll
is
take a
great.
pause here. Yeah,
It organizes the chaos where you have
absolutely.
3 tools before to do it, 4 tools. Now you just this keeps the workflow simpler. Just one tool, boom, you're good to go.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
We have interprets how you compare it with Closely, Walaxy, and Apollo.
Apollo, if I'm not wrong, it's a lead enrichment tool.
Yeah, email.
And Walaxy, I'm not sure, unfortunately. Closely,
It's the
if I'm not wrong,
automation.
is it a. Sorry?
Like you go to DM, right? I mean, you auto DM people. I think that's what it is.
Right.
It's not for the
Yeah,
content creation and management.
the auto DM I think was one that freaked me out too, and then you get a lot of the
Yeah.
spam because LinkedIn started getting a bad reputation at times where you
Yes.
had so many people messaging, and it's gotten a little crazy.
Yeah, you're losing that credibility if you're taking that route. I think that is also something that we are very conscious that we are not planning to venture into auto DM from our side, for
Yeah,
the reason where LinkedIn is not authorizing that at the moment, at least in terms of letting people auto DM. Or there are also cases where you are able to only do, let's say, 10 or hundreds of auto DMs on a daily basis. And if you exceed that, then that's going to be noted by LinkedIn and they're going to be suing or penalizing you, right? They probably
yeah,
will be taking away your API access. So all these are happening. We want to kind of stay away from that. We What we want to do is we want to let you kind of publish at scale and then attract more audiences, and then you decide, you choose whether how you want to take it about, right? In terms of trying to, we are of course building a smart inbox.
yeah.
That smart inbox essentially will allow you to kind of have a complete view in terms of who are all the people who are engaging, who are the people who are mentioning you as such, and then who are all the people who are actually commenting on your posts. All these are going to be available, right? But we are not allowing you to do auto DMs from our side. We are kind of
Like
staying
this.
away from that.
I like this. This is why I do these. I tell Karan, I like to do these sessions because I like to ask questions. I'm curious because it gets lost in the noise sometimes. What does this tool do? Oh, it's another one of those LinkedIn tools. It's going to spam. I don't even want to support this if it's LinkedIn DM. And I think what your vision is excellent. Just kind of said, oh, I want to try this out now because, for example, years ago, I had a customer that owed me some money and never paid me. And I decided to use one of these LinkedIn, automation DM tools. Now, not for this customer, but I was just put it on my LinkedIn account, and it's sending people congratulations on this, and happy birthday. And I noticed I get a response on my LinkedIn one day that this woman who owed me all this money for a job I did was like, "Oh, thank you so much, Joe. I'm so glad you forgave me." And I'm like, "I didn't forgive you. That LinkedIn DM auto tool did it. I'm mad." So it's like it did filter out through my contacts who not to DM. So this is good that you're taking this as the way you're doing the automation part of it.
No, absolutely. Thanks for bringing that. And we kind of are not learning from our mistakes, but also from others' mistakes, right? To ensure that we are going to be focusing only on what is necessary at the moment and
Yeah.
uh, what is approved by LinkedIn at the moment for us to kind of do
And
it.
you want to stay with the core of your platform where many founders will do a bunch of different things and spread themselves out, and then the core will suffer. You're doing other things that users may want, but it's not necessary, and all of a sudden you're doing a video chat tool. You're like, what happened? What are we doing here? Interpret says, do you have a plan for a Chrome extension?
As I mentioned earlier, Chrome extension is also something that is kind of slightly shady in terms of
Yeah.
pretty similar to DM, right? Auto DM, where there are possibilities of LinkedIn kind of taking away the API access. So we don't have, unless they officially kind of bring official APIs for us to kind of do it, we are not going to be venturing into Chrome extension.
Yeah. He also says, what about integrations? Like, do it support webhook and
Yeah,
API?
we will be at the moment. We kind of are, as I mentioned earlier, help kind of generate content at scale, right? From a more from a publishing standpoint, we kind of want to first have that nailed, and then slowly we'll kind of be expanding to other other integrations as well, and kind of allow you to bring your APIs, etc. in the future. That is definitely there on the cards.
Deep, can you give more detail about analytics?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think so. We kind of covered analytics. Let me just go back to the product and then give a quick walkthrough of our
Yeah,
analytics.
there was a question about that also. I saw on Facebook. There was an add-on for an analytics dashboard, but is that just for the enterprise users or?
Yeah, so I'll kind of cover that aspect as well. But from an analytics standpoint, whatever we kind of provide as part of our existing analytics, that itself is a very data intensive one. We are kind of doing a lot of calculation in the background in terms of trying to get you the data that you're able to see. And this level of detail again is something I don't think so any of our other competitors are giving. Starting from let's say being your growth funnel in terms of where you've seen the maximum number of jump in terms of your followership, etc. To our AI coach kind of giving you some assistance in terms of hey, your impressions have decreased, though your follower count has been increasing. Your impressions have decreased, and it is suggesting us with diversifying the content and where can I find how I can diversify and what is working and what is not working. That is where you can see our top engaged posts and you can see the media engagement as well. You could see here that we are only putting up 3 video posts as compared to the 11 image posts or 8 text posts, right? And it is very evident that 3 video posts are actually doing well from an engagement share point of view. 27% as compared to 21% against 8 text posts. So we need to kind of diversify in terms of trying to add more video posts and then posts with some CTS and links needs to be kind of included. That's the kind of conclusion we are able to arrive at. And you can see your post consistency tracker. You can see the followers gained and lost. More importantly, unlike our other competitors who kind of only give you, hey, Monday 4 p.m. is going to be the best time for you to publish, or Wednesday 3 p.m. is going to be the best time for you to publish. We don't want to get into those kind of aspects where you really do not know whether that is the right time or not. Just because the tool is giving you or suggesting you, that doesn't mean that that is the right time. What we are doing is we are giving you an hourly breakup and also weekly breakup from our side. If you look at it, Mondays mornings, people are not really engaging on our posts because it's going to be Monday and then people are going to be kind of busy. Slowly, as the time progresses, let's say around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., we are kind of slowly starting to see more likes. That goes the same Thursdays as well. If I publish something on Thursday afternoon, nothing is kind of working, right? And Friday evenings and Thursday evenings, people are actually active on LinkedIn. They are kind of reacting to the post that I'm publishing, etc. So these are some indications where, based on these inferences, you are then able to go ahead and kind of publish it from your side in terms of when you can publish the content. And we also provide you with top posts from a likes or repost or reply standpoint, and also based on the impressions as well, right? And a lot of people have been asking for the audience feature. That is right. The audience feature is available only in our enterprise plan. There is a reason to it. I'll probably take the liberty to kind of provide you with that reason. Whatever analytics we are providing, we are getting first party data from LinkedIn using their APIs. And for the audience bit as well, we are going to be getting the first party data. And it is a super data intensive work. And we have built LLM models from our side to go ahead and kind of identify the audiences who are engaging on your posts. And there is going to be a lot of platform fee that we are paying as well to access all of these LLMs and platforms from our side, the database, etc. So that is the reason why it is available only in our enterprise plan. But up and until your top posts and replies, all these are going to be available for all the lifetime customers, be it pro, team, or the agency plan that you've purchased. And we are not compromising on any of these features, but the audience bit is going to be available only in our enterprise plan. And we have not kind of displayed, this is a work in progress as well from our side. That's the reason why you will not be able to find it in our website as well at the moment, because we are kind of still working on it in terms of how we can get the audience piece kind of nailed and built from our side. So having said that, that is the reason why that is not part of the lifetime plan. And for that matter, when it is going to be launched, it is only going to be available in our enterprise plan. And the enterprise plan is planned to be planned to be priced at $497 per month because of the data intensive work and the platform fee that we are kind of paying. I hope that kind of answered
Yeah.
the question in terms of why it is not available.
No, yeah. Thank you for answering that. Great. Automations is important, but transferring data is also important. Any plan to connect with Pabbly, Zapier to send data use?
No, yeah. I mean, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the minute we kind of venture into APIs where you are able to kind of bring in your APIs or where we are able to kind of let you build more integrations, I think Zapier will definitely be there in our topmost priority in terms of letting you integrate. We'll also be integrating with the likes of Slack. We'll also be integrating with other potential vendors as well, as and when we kind of open up the APIs from our side. That is going to be available in the future. I'd say probably a quarter or a couple of quarters at the maximum away from now on.
Joginder, will it also generate images or text only?
Yeah, right now it is text only at the moment, where you can upload the images from your side. But as mentioned earlier, we are nailing the text bit of it right now, where we are still kind of getting some feedback, and our model is now, I would say that we are in a place where it is actually generating really good content. Earlier, you probably will have to make some changes, amendments, but right now the post that is going to be generated as a AI content is good enough to be published from your side, or it can be scheduled automatically as well. So we are moving in a direction where it is going to be super personalized, humanized, and that post content can be published right away from your side with minimal kind of changes, right? So we first want to nail that for the text. That might take few more iterations, but once that is done, we'll slowly be venturing into helping you generate AI images as well.
J Deep. Can we have integration with Google Trends and inlinks? In inlinks, there are options about industry and niche that are trending and not trending.
Yeah, so we want to take it one step at a time, Jaydeep. As mentioned earlier, we first want to open up the APIs. We want to expand to other platforms. Once we have kind of done that, we'll probably look into how we are able to get the integration with Google Trends or Inlinks. Right now, if you ask me, I don't think so. We have them in our immediate roadmap.
Okay. HM, how many templates are there in the library?
That's an interesting question. So we are having 500 plus templates at the moment as a base template. And of course, you can make use of the model to get more permutations and combinations out of those 500 templates, right? I mean, the tonality can be changed for you as a person. And maybe let's say if you're building something on your own, building in public, and if you want to kind of bring in your uh, product features into the building public kind of a template, and that is something that you're able to do. So basically it allows you to expand to thousands and thousands of templates based on the 500 base templates that we are going to be providing.
Yeah.
To begin with, we will be having 500 plus templates. Yeah.
Nice.
Answer your question.
Niru, will it be possible to see like content score and how content quality can be improved?
Yeah, so we don't have a content score as such available, but from a content quality standpoint, yes, we do take that seriously. We want to allow you to provide feedback in terms of whether you are liking the content that our AI has generated or not, as part of the upvote or downvote that we have kind of provided. That will give an indication in terms of, hey, what are the type of content you're looking to kind of generate. If you've given 2 upvotes out of 5, and if you've given 3 downvotes out of 5, then we want to give or feed you with more upvoted kind of a content that you're going to be providing. So that is one feedback mechanism that we have built. But from a scoring standpoint, I don't think so. We have any ideas as of now to go ahead and kind of give any score to the content.
Yeah. Niru, do you support multi-languages also?
Yeah, we are definitely building on it. But right now, what you're able to do is while you're generating a post, you can kind of ask it to generate it in a particular language, or you can have that translated into a particular language. All the models are kind of good enough in doing that, but we are also planning to bring in language as an input while a post is going to be generated. That that I think you can probably expect in maybe a quarters away
Okay.
time from now on.
And Derpreet, do you plan to create like a marketplace of templates?
If you could be more specific in terms of marketplace of templates, the 500 templates we are bringing in itself is going to be spreading across different, I'd say, topics, starting from hiring to someone who's a startup who wants to start talking about how they are building in public or how they are doing startup marketing, or let's say how they are growing their team internally, etc. Right? So we have a wide spread of template topics that we talk about. I quite don't get marketplace of templates. If you could
Maybe might mean
probably
like users that can upload the templates to share with other users. Possibly, that I've seen other tools do something similar to that.
okay, interesting. Uh, Already the templates that we are going to be kind of providing is going to be from some of the top influencers and some of the people who have built in public, who have
Okay.
actually shared their experience, right? That itself is a mini marketplace. But for you to then upload and for other people to upload, that's a very good suggestion. We can probably think through that. We can see if that is something that we are able to bring inside the product. Thank
You
you
have
for
a
that.
plan for a mobile app.
Yes, so again, not in the very immediate future, because again, we want to get all the things that I discussed to be nailed from a web version standpoint. Once that is done, all the layouts and other aspects uh, needs to be mobile compatible as well. So that
Yeah.
might take some time, maybe a quarter or a couple of quarters, I would
Okay.
say, from now on.
Interpret. Can we create AI images?
I think we
And
already discussed
yeah,
this, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
yeah. Joginder says engagement trends is a very useful feature.
Thank you, Joginder.
Yeah. Iru, can we use our own API key? OpenAI.
No, again, not at the moment, Niru, where this is something that we allow you to train your model. This is very specific to the content that is going to be generated for social media, right? OpenAI allows you to create content across different disciplines and verticals, but what we have built as a model is only specific to content generation and for social media, right? So that way, I think whatever we have got to offer in terms of letting you personalize, that itself is going to be like you creating your own GPT for yourself in OpenAI. Similar to that, here when you update the personal settings, AI personal settings, and when you start kind of providing the necessary inputs to the model, it will keep remembering, and then that itself is going to be super personalized for you in generating the content.
Okay. HM, can I make my own framework?
Framework, as in, is it the OpenAI model framework that they're talking about, or what framework do you kind of mean
Yeah,
here,
I wonder
Sridhar?
if it's like a customized, like, I know some other tools have had AI writers had their own framework.
Yeah.
Maybe Karan,
No, no. I'm asking about like if they can be more specific. What do they mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We could see if Mabel didn't appear in my feed earlier. Well, I guess the live. We can always watch a replay. uh Manny and Shruti, where do you see? I mean, this is the AI space is insane, as we know, and it's moving
Hmm.
every day faster and faster. Well, where do you see it heading by the end of the year, or even by the summer? What do you think is going to happen in general with AI world? All the including your tool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Shruti.
all right. So, no, I think definitely there are a lot of developments and a lot of advancements that are happening. And I think Money has given quite a bit of an overview as to, with regards to high performer, what all developments that we're bringing in, the kind of features that we're currently working on, and what are some things that all our Rocket Hub users can also expect in the next 6 months that are going to be coming in. So, yeah, Money, do you want to like re-highlight any of those?
No, yeah. So there is a staunch difference between us and some of the other tools that are available. Maybe the small players, they're also kind of building on top of AI. But if you take the likes of Tapley or Hootsuite or Buffer or Sprout Socials of the world, they are all platform first and then integrating with AI. But what we are doing is our centerpiece is going to be AI. Surrounded by that is where we are going to be building our product, which means that whatever direction AI is going to be taking us in terms of, let's say, now it allows us to generate images and videos, etc. So we want to have those pieces of the puzzle kind of attached to our product to help kind of go with the trend, and it will be easy for us to integrate as compared to other players in the market, right? In terms of trying to kind of be the forerunner in terms of getting all the AI capabilities available in our tool. We are just trying to bring these parity features to begin with on top of AI, and once that is done, it's just matter of time for us to start kind of adapting to all other AI attributes that are going to be available in the market. And we are also building our own model. That model is going to be hosted with millions of content that will be helping all the users who are going to be using specifically for content generation on a daily basis, which is going to be published on the likes of LinkedIn or Twitter, or tomorrow if it's going to be published on Facebook or Instagram for that matter, right? So it's going to be very specific. We know what we want to kind of build, so it's going to be very specific in terms of how we want to adapt to AI.
Yeah.
And I think that is where we are headed towards.
Oh, that's great. HM actually said most likely to customize or to make my own template about the framework question, I guess, that he asked.
Okay. That's a good suggestion. We at this point in time, we don't allow you to create any new templates. I think that is where marketplace kind of thing. I can marry up this particular question with the marketplace as well. The minute you kind of start creating your own templates, maybe if the marketplace is also going to be available, you probably might have both of them hand in hand available. But maybe we'll have to go back, see how much of an architectural changes we need to do to have this marketplace in place and allow you to add the framework. If that is of humongous work for us, we might probably park it for time being. Otherwise, we'll see if we are able to add it to our maybe Q3 sorts of Q4, Q3 roadmap from our side.
Everybody wants to know if it'll work with the auto reply based on content like /Karan. I know it. I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's talking about the prompts, right? The prompt corrections, saving the prompts,
Yeah.
and then just clicking. Then I think it's generating your favorite content. I think that's what he's talking about, and that's what can interpret from
Yeah.
this.
Right.
But I think you already have. I think that is the ideas. That is the ideas inside Highperformr. That's where you set up all of your own things. Then once you set up over there, you don't need to do any more work. This is what I feel. You just need to go and just start publishing content because the AI already knows about what you want, right?
The
So it
interests.
doesn't. You don't need to have again and again set up new prompts and ideas. So you just give them the input that this is what you like. These are the blogs you follow. These are the influencers you follow, and it will just give out the content based upon that. This is what I feel. Is the best use case. So it means Highperformr is already automating it for you. You don't need to do more work from your end. Money can add to it. I mean, if
I
this.
mean, spot on, right? I mean, the social AI personal settings is the page where you're able to kind of add your right topics of interest, right? And we that will be honored every single time whenever a new post idea is going to be generated for you, irrespective of the source you're going to be providing, right? It could be, let's say, you could add unrelated topics as well, right? That's the smartness that we are planning to build as part of our AI. Where, let's say, you're someone who follow cricket or a sport, and you are also someone who talks about let's say SaaS or product development or marketing, etc. It's a combination of topics that you're able to provide as part of the AI settings, and then it'll try to kind of understand, okay, what is the input that you're providing, and to what particular idea that you have in your AI settings should I go ahead and kind of relate it, right? So that is going to be super smart in trying to kind of do that, and then help provide the output which is going to be super relevant to that topic.
Yeah. See. Joginder, I do not see limitation regarding the number of posts generated schedule. Is it unlimited?
Yeah, so number of posts that can be scheduled is unlimited. You can generate, you can publish any number of posts and schedule any number of posts from your side, because ultimately we want you to, when I mean by publishing at scale, eventually we kind of really mean it where you need to go ahead and have the publish. But of course, making use of AI and social AI copilot to generate the post ideas, to make use of our AI, you know for a fact that if you want to get real authentic output, then you need to pay for ChatGPT. Pretty similar to that, we also have subscribed to all the open AIs of the world and the Geminis of the world. So we also need to go ahead and kind of pay them. For that, we are going to be having a credit based output that are going to be generated, where you will be able to make use of, let's say, 30 credits or 20 credits on a daily basis for you to go ahead and kind of generate or make use of the AI to help generate these posts. But from a scheduling standpoint, you can schedule unlimited number of posts from your side. We are not restricting you in any sense for
That's
that matter.
Good to know. Chris is in the house. It doesn't now. They changed it to something where you need to give inputs every time. I guess he's discussing about the prompting.
Yeah, I think he's just joined.
And it used to show post ideas before, but it doesn't now. Chris, we discussed. Manny answered your question earlier. If you missed it, so you can watch on the replay.
But just to give you the break the suspense and give you the good news, Chris, we are bringing that up for the Rocket Hub users, where you will have a combination of both the social AI copilot, where you can give the input, and also we'll help you generate posts from the news and the extents and Reddit posts that you were earlier having, right? So both these functionalities are going to be available for you.
Yeah, good news, great news. Interpret, like if we comment on something post, comment section, it read post, AI generate comment content. I guess that's what he was just talking about his last question.
Yeah, I think I will cover it. So I think he's mentioning about when you go on LinkedIn and you just highlight a comment. And I think this is based on a Chrome extension. You cannot do it with a SaaS.
Yeah.
If you have a Chrome extension, only then you can highlight and then you can generate another response based on that. So that's not the use case, I think, for Highperformr. That's for a Chrome extension. So you are better to use Harper for that. Use Harper or use 2 I think that's a use case. So because that won't go with Highperformr right now. I think Highperformr use case is different. That is a Chrome extension based operation. So I think money. I think that's what we are on the same line. We don't recommend even you do that because even that's risky. Sometimes I think if you can finds out you're doing it a lot, they would come after you very very strongly. So I think we are playing safe. We are making sure that your account is safe, and that's why what tools even Rocketer brings in, we always have this first question being answered, even on the FAQs. Is this tool use safe for LinkedIn or not?
That's really users like me that are paranoid. I don't want anyone knocking on my door. Hey, I say Karan, it was Karan's fault.
So we make sure that all of the tools are pretty much safe. They're using the official API for LinkedIn. If not, then we won't even launch them, right? So we do that due diligence of our end. So all the tools we launch are safe. Wherever we would like that you need more proxies, we advise you to go and take proxies and be very careful when you're doing stuff. So we give you the warnings and cautions. Rest, it's upon you, and of course, Inderpreet mentioned that it's a possibility. Fine, I mean that's a good suggestion that it can be done. But again, if Highperformr comes in with a Chrome extension, only then it can happen. It cannot happen without. But I think right now you can do a regeneration of your existing comment or a post inside Hyperformr itself. You just don't need to go and on another comments, right? I mean, if you go in, you don't need to do that. You can do it within Hyperformr itself. I think rest of it, once the Chrome extension is out, I think, but that won't be a possibility as of now. That's what I feel.
So I think we got all the questions. Yeah, and Manny, thank you. You answered a lot of questions, and Karan, obviously, just with that, playing it safe with LinkedIn, where some users that were on the on the edge of like, yeah, I might buy, I might not. Now this might put their paranoia to rest a little bit, including myself. I don't know if you want to close with anything, or
Yeah.
where can we get this deal? Where can we buy it?
Of course, I think
Go to App Store.
whatever you've got.
Come on.
The Rocket Hub is a wonderful place for us to kind of host our tool as well, right? And we also were very picky and choosy in terms of with whom we wanted to partner with, and we've heard a lot from Karan and from others as well in terms of uh, how the community has been built right in the past, and that is one of the key reasons why we wanted to partner with Rocket Hub as well. But just to be honest, if you look at our pricing page and what we have got to offer as a lifetime for our Rocket Hub users, right? I think you would be able to see the contrasting kind of price value, and this is a steal deal for sure. And the core idea for us is to get customers for lifetime. We kind of want to hear you out as well, and we also want to grow along with you. That is the reason why we kind of want to provide this lifetime deal for all of you, right? And rest assured, I think we're also there. Our community manager Shruti is also here. I think she's been trying to reach out to all our lifetime customers.
Yeah, very good. Support is very good. If you have any questions, any suggestions or feedback, please go ahead and write to the team. They're all ears. As you can see, they're not saying okay, it's a no. But again, if possibility comes in, they will do it. Not right now, but eventually. It's going. It's if it's valid for the platform to have it, it will have it. Otherwise, it will be in future. That's how it will work.
You could ask.
They also have to consider.
You could also ask in the Facebook group. We're going to have this video in the Loud Egg Facebook group. So if anyone has any questions there, I don't know, Manny, if you're in the group already, or Shruti, if you want to join, or they could just contact you through support. But you might get people watching that have other questions. If you want to monitor that.
So Chris has raised the point.
Amazing. Yes,
this is one.
Chris is vouching. This is one of the guys I respect a lot in the community because he's very rational. And I've interacted with him before. He's very rational and he's very picky with good teas. So if he has picked this one, which is again we picked up as well, so we are on the same page as Chris on great quality tools. So again, Chris, thank you so much for being here. Again.
Yeah, Chris, thanks.
And Chris, you have Shruti in front of you, who's been the face of Highperformr. You've been conversing with her, so we'll definitely look to extend all our possible support from our side. And thanks for the feedback in terms of letting us bring back the news generators and the Reddit and Extreme generators, which will be available. So thanks for that.
How long will the deal remain? Because it's a question I had as well.
Yep. So that's for me. I think we have till 28th. But I think we will also discuss with Highperformr to take it up a notch. Let's see if we can extend because of people who are again getting to know the platform. Because many of them, they need some time to understand the platform. So we would discuss it with the team. But again, the best time to buy an IDD is yesterday. So go ahead and, grab the deal. So, again, with Rocket Hub, the best time to buy a Rocket Hub deal is the first week itself. I don't know, you guys shouldn't wait. Okay.
Yeah,
so go ahead and grab it. Yeah. Discount and even the best deals. I mean, otherwise we get a lot of complaints that, okay, this deal went off. You guys didn't tell us. We were shouting from our throats for 4 weeks. Where were you? Right. So go ahead and do it right now. That's what I recommend. Yep, that's what's Rocket Hub's answer.
Yeah, Chris said he was super pissed when it was taken off the feature, but I think he's happy now. He's very happy. I was worried. I was like, oh no, Chris is upset. We're doing this live webinar. I hope, I got to talk to him. And he's like, please, I might miss it. Ask these questions. I'm like, all right, I'll ask for you. But he showed up. All right. Well, thank you for all your time. And Chris is happy. So that's a good thing. And Karan, thanks for bringing this deal. Manny, Shruti, thank you for dealing with Chris. You're a hero.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And the community. And yeah, get the deal at Rocket Hub, and keep asking questions. And it looks pretty good. And Manny, Shruti, thank you for answering all the questions, for your time. We're gonna have a giveaway. We'll go through later. Let Manny Shruti decide, who to give away the tier 2 in the comments, who was active. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely. It was pleasure and wonderful meeting you all. Thank you. Thanks for some wonderful questions, and thanks for hosting this, Karan and Joe. Much appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We'll do it more. We have more coming in, so we'll just get you guys posted.
Yeah.
After this, many people will be interested, so I just have you posted, and we'll do it more.
Yeah, let's do this again. Let's do this again.
Yep. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Take care all.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Take care.
Bye, Mani.